Hello YouTube, it is Sunday, May 29th, 2022. Just getting off an extra shift at Amazon. It's the second time I've worked a Saturday night. I enjoy it. I'm hoping I'll be able to pull off doing it again soon. Kind of a weird mix of tired and yet still really awake because I slept for an obscenely long time. I ended up hanging out with somebody that I met on Friday night, late Friday night, and then passing out at his place on his couch at like 3, which was kind of unexpected. Didn't realize I was that tired or that buzzed.
I've taken up kid box. Kid box is
But
stress out.
yeah, I don't want to hear that. That works. Anyway, yeah, I woke up at about 6, and I was just like, at first I was like, where am I? Oh, what's up? But went home, got home in about a half hour, and I mean, I was probably back asleep as quick as my head hit the pillow. Which I'm a little mad at myself for that, because I actually was planning on meeting somebody at 4 in the morning for breakfast. Someone I've been really trying to spend some time with outside of work, who's just somebody who's been kind of special to me and kind of helped keep me together at times when I felt like I was falling apart. And just her schedule and my schedule, we never really seemed to have any time to hang out outside of work. And she I think she's working like 3 part-time jobs right now. Just trying to, I'm not the only person struggling these days. I'm well aware of that. And she, she told me she was kind of couch surfing, which kind of surprised me. I just assumed that her home life was stable, but it kind of made me sad that I couldn't offer her my couch, but my couch is kind of spoken for at the moment. But anyway, yeah, that would create some chaos at home, to put it mildly. But anyway, yeah, she said she was getting off her other job, one of her jobs, at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I just figured I'd still be up. I'm usually, Friday night, I'm usually still up at 4 in the morning, and I'm like, hey, well, let's meet for breakfast. That'd be great. Do some Waffle House or something. And anyway, yeah, she sent me a message, asked if I was asleep, which I noticed at, I don't know, I think I got up at about 3 in the afternoon. I responded to her, and she's all trying to have a conversation with me, and I'm like, I'm still really tired. And I just rolled over, went back to sleep. And it's amazing I even got to work on time last night, because I want to say I woke up at like 6:30-ish, 6:25-ish. Looked at the clock and was like, oh my God. And I just jumped into my clothes, which was laying at the foot of my bed, and remembered that my Amazon bag was already in the car. So with my security badge in it, I'm pretty good about forgetting that. And the only thing I didn't remember to grab was my safety vest, and those are readily accessible inside Amazon in a machine. You just got to scan your badge. And it's been a while since I've grabbed one. Honestly, I don't know if there is even a standard of like how many you're allowed to have, a month or whatever. It seems like there are some people there that grab a new one like every couple of days. As I see in the trash cans constantly safety vests that look practically brand new. And, well, I see do not turn right signs, but the road looks open. I'm not sure what's up with that. You should turn those signs around so they're not visible if you can still turn right. Anyway, yeah, so they, heck was I going to say? They, yeah, so I'm constantly seeing safety vests in the trash that are look like they're practically brand new. And kind of thinking about grabbing some of them just to donate them to kids that don't have the money that could, you know, use a safety vest when they ride their bikes or whatever. Oh wow, look at that! There's another Saturn, 3-door. I think that's a 3-door. Maybe it's a 2-door. I would love to get one of those. I saw one for sale a while back. I can't remember if I vlogged about it or not, but I saw one for sale. It was on Thomas Road, in front of a business on the south side of the road, just just west of 16th Street. And I went back there a couple days later to see if I could get the phone number. And yeah, car was gone. I would imagine it got bought up with a quickness. But yeah, that's what I'm following. It looks really, really clean. Yeah, there were so many things I wanted to do yesterday, and I barely got up and made it to work. So I feel like I'm already on my weekday grind, you know, because I mean, obviously tomorrow I go back into work at 7 p.m. I am thinking about hitting up a Sunday afternoon karaoke. So when I left. I'm trying to remember what my last video was that I shot. I think it was when I was going to the Dewdrop Inn. I went to Dewdrop Inn, hung out there till last call. Actually, they didn't really do a last call. They just kind of pushed everybody out at about 1:45, which was a little disappointing. Like I had a song and a half, but I didn't get to hear that I paid for on Touch Tunes. That I felt there was plenty of time to play. I really wish there was a mechanism in Touch Tunes that if your song doesn't play, you automatically get your credits back. And maybe I should message them about that. Because I have lost so many credits, and you know, that shit adds up. I mean, it's not sure how much it boils down to per song, but you know, I feel like I've probably wasted 10, maybe $20 in the last 3-4 months on songs I selected on Touch Tunes that didn't get played because they got cut off because the jukebox got unexpectedly shut off, or the bar closed a little early or whatever. But just a minor annoyance. All I ended up having was a pitcher of beer there and playing Word Dojo, which was fun. Before that, and I'm not even sure if I mentioned it in my video when I was driving there, but after I left. Sorry, I'm checking out that Saturn on the right. Yeah, it looked like an SL23. Gold. Sweet little car. Yeah, it looked like it just came right off the showroom, and that's got to be about a 20-year-old car. Oh, and I got the sun on my face. Yikes. Anyway, yeah, last night, I remember in my vlog I was talking about how I worked on music and got a decent amount of music done while I was over at Bullocks. After leaving Bullocks, I went to after leaving Bullocks, like it's Friday night. I want to sing some karaoke, and the week before I was just so wow, those guys are hauling ass, and I'm doing 70. Actually, I'm doing 80. My guy at the truck hauling the jet skis is an accident waiting to happen. Anyway, wasn't even looking at my speed. I mean, I generally feel I'm running it. Honestly, I don't look at my speedometer a whole lot, especially when I'm running in the sun. It's hard to see it. And one of the things I really disliked about the Saturn Ion when it first came out and replaced the SL was the location of the gauges. Because they're in an unusual location for those not familiar with the Saturn Ion. They're not in front of the driver. They're in the center console off to the right of the driver. So, like, to see the speedometer, I need to look down and off to the right. It's just kind of an awkward location, which is not a problem. Most of the time, like, I'm not watching my speedometer as much as I'm just watching my speed relative to other traffic. After all, the speed, the official speed limit in Arizona is always a reasonable and quote a reasonable and prudent speed, which is generally how I try to drive. Anyway, so what was I saying? So yeah, worked on music, and on Friday night, after I leave Bullock's, generally speaking, I want to go do some karaoke. I want to sing. It's fun for me to go to other people's karaoke shows and sing and actually get to socialize with people and not have to stress about running the show and still get, practice time in singing. And sometimes I meet people doing it. I mean, hey, that's how I met Crystal, right? So there's that. Anyway, it seems like the last couple nights I was out singing with Priscilla at, as much as I love singing karaoke over at the Wander Inn. When I was out singing with Priscilla, she was doing the whole public display of affection in front of everybody, like, oh, yeah, that's my boyfriend, we're a thing, and blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, that translated into, as soon as we got home, her just completely having nothing to do with me once I get home. So, that's just so massively frustrating for me. I just didn't really want to go there and experience that again. So, I know a couple weeks before that, I don't know, 2 weeks before that, maybe 3 weeks before that, I went to, after I left Bullock's, I went to St. Nick's, and I must have waited over an hour for my first song. It was just so busy and so crowded there. I mean, I had a good time. I went with an older friend of mine from went with Susie from Bullock's, and she'd always said she wanted to hear me sing, and she's like never she never stays that late at Bullock's. I mean, I think she's like in her mid-60s, so yeah, she never stays that late at Bullock's, not late enough to hear me sing on a Thursday. In fact, it's really rare for me to see her on a Thursday, but I usually see her on Fridays. She usually ducks out before I do. But we were about ready to duck out at the same time. She's like, "Hey, I'll go with you. Go with you to another karaoke bar. I'd love to hear you sing." But I ended up waiting. I feel like I waited over an hour for my first song. But she seemed to be impressed with it, and her friend, she was hanging out with a friend that random tire, a friend from her job, whom I never met before, I don't think I'd ever been to Bullock's before, and she went up with us as well, and seemed to enjoy me singing. We had a pretty good time just hanging out, drinking and chatting, while I was waiting for my song. But like, damn, I get to a karaoke bar, right at 9 or quarter to 9, if I'm not singing it till after 10, yeah, it doesn't really make me want to go back there again. Like, and I mean, it just is what it is. It's not, nothing against that KJ at all. I'm forgetting his name, but he's a great guy. I like him a lot. He's actually one of my favorite KJs. He's just literally that busy. That's too busy for me. Like, I'll go somewhere else. So last night, first spot that I went when I left Bullock's, and I got there pretty much right at 9 o'clock, was Snaps at Camelback right off 15th Avenue. And lately when I've gone in there on a Friday, it hasn't been a focused karaoke show. Like, there's an older guy there older white guy that DJs and he mixes it up. Like he'll play country, hip hop, hard rock. Like he just manages to really play all genres and please the crowd while doing it, and that's impressive to me. And then he'll squeeze in karaoke. He never has more than about 3 or 4 singers, so he'll generally get all 3 or 4 singers, and he'll do a little DJ set, and then all 3 or 4 singers, and then usually at about from about 9 until about 11, maybe 11:30, and at that point he'll let me know. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to DJ the rest of the night, which is fine. He's always real straightforward about like that's how his that's his thing. But yeah, I went in there last night and I was surprised to see a DJ I'd never seen before. And I know the guy that's normally there, like that's his main gig. Like he told me, like he used to have some other friends that did karaoke over there. I used to go there for karaoke all the time, like 13, 14 years ago. And anyway, the older white guy that's normally there on Friday nights, he told me that he had completely renovated the sound system, and the sound in there is absolutely amazing. Like it's for a small little dive bar that has a dominantly Native American crowd. That sound system is just phenomenal. Like I think he's got like 4 powered QSCs running a stereo mix, and it just sounds really, really good. He's got those things just dialed in perfectly. And I'm kind of finicky, like as far as like my what I consider sounding good and what I consider not sounding good, and I'm impressed by it. I'm not easily impressed by that. So anyway, so it sounded fine Friday night, but it was a different guy DJ. Oh, so anyway, the older white guy, he told me that he was the one who put that sound system in and dialed it all in, and that was his baby. So anyway, yeah, I was surprised when I went there last night to see a completely different DJ, and I just asked him if he didn't really have much of a conversation with him or anything. I just kind of walked straight up to him before I even ordered a drink, and I was just like, hey, are you going to be doing karaoke at all tonight? And he goes, nope. And I'm like, okay, thank you. that was the end of that conversation. I just did an about face and walked right out, kind of relieved I didn't spend any money on any beer. So if I did, I'd have felt obligated to sit there and drink it. And at that point, I actually Googled, to see. I've noticed that Google Maps is getting a lot better at providing information about amenities in general, like places to purchase stuff, places to, bars that have certain activities, amenities, food, whatnot, certain types of food. And like I'm constantly getting prompts since I've done, reviews and submitted pictures and stuff to Google Maps. I'm constantly getting Google Map prompts at this point, just to, hey, can you answer some questions about these places you're going to? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And if I know, like, I'll answer the questions. It's a few seconds here and there. It doesn't take much out of my time. And so yeah, generally this data is being crowdsourced from pretty much anybody with a smartphone. And it's still $5.19 a gallon here. Oh, blinding. Anyway, yeah, I enjoy contributing to it, and I think that's probably why when I went on Google and I typed, oh wow, they're making a lot of progress on that salad and go. Got the frame up and everything now. Anyway, when I typed, I think I was thinking about going to Dewdrop Inn. Thinking about Dewdrop Inn at that point. But I knew there was nothing going at Dewdrop Inn. I just kind of wanted to see just wanted to pop around, see what's going on with karaoke in Sunny Slope. I feel like that'd be close enough to home and a good spot for me. So anyway, I typed Friday karaoke Sunny Slope, and it popped up a link for Google Maps with dots, and the place closest to me, which surprised me because I had no idea they did karaoke, was Oz Bar, which is a small gay bar right across the street from Christown on Bethany Home, just off 19th Avenue. And I've had some great time going to gay bars for karaoke. Like, a lot of times, in fact, some of the best karaoke I've ever seen has been at gay bars, which is, you know, that's a good time for me. Just, and drink specials, whatever, I can just focus on singing and not feel bad if I'm not meeting women, because I'm probably not going to meet women there, right? So, anyway, yeah, I was kind of disappointed with their sound, but I had a great time there anyway. And the real kicker was when I went in and I was kind of surprised to see they didn't have draft beer. So I know it seems like when I drink bottled beer, like my tab tends to get pretty high pretty fast. So, you know, once I realized draft beer wasn't an option, I was like, well, do you have, I said, do you have Sailor Jerry? And he looked around. It's it's definitely my rum of choice. And he looked around and looked and didn't see it. And he goes, hey, we got Parrot Bay as a $3 top shelf. And I'm like, wait, what? $3 Parrot Bay? Yes, please. And man, that bartender was pouring heavy. And in fact, he told me that they basically double pour over there, which was pretty fucking awesome. Like, I mean, a $3 rum and coke with a good, you know, dark spiced rum is just like a steal anyway. But heavy poured, hell yeah. Anyway, I had a few of those. At one point, I was just like, you know, I should just have coke. At some point, I need to drive again. Like, but yeah, I had a good time. As far as the way the sound was there, and at this point, I'm reasonably convinced that the system is the bars, and they're paying employees of the bar probably a very minimal amount to run karaoke on it. For music, they were running Carafun, the Carafun streaming subscription service, which pretty much is that's the streaming arm of Karaoke Version, which I use Karaoke Version a lot. Karaoke Version is great for what they are, but if that's all you've got for your music, you're going to be missing a lot of really relevant things. For starters, you won't have any Prince, you won't have any U2, you won't have any trying to think of another artist that's absolutely happening. You won't have any Led Zeppelin. Those are three I know for sure. There's other major holes like that as well. And then for some artists that are popular, like, you'll find that you have some deep tracks from them, but you don't have their most popular songs. Like, one guy wanted to sing Been Caught Stealing, and the KJ put on the Richard Cheese version, which the guy started laughing, and he goes, it's like, yeah, I was kind of wanting to do it like Jane's Addiction. And then come to find out, like, interestingly enough, like, Carafun, Karaoke Version has Been Caught Stealing by Richard Cheese, but they don't have it by Jane's Addiction. Ended up singing Jane Says, I mean, there's plenty of songs to sing, but yeah, if that's your only source of music, you're going to be lacking. So there's that. But I mean, that's an easy way for a bar that doesn't have their own karaoke library to have an instant karaoke library and just pay a monthly bill for it, rather than trying to make a karaoke library happen, because that's a lot of work and it's a lot of money. Up front, I mean, I couldn't even begin to estimate how much I've spent on my karaoke music library over the course of the last 15, 16 years, but it's probably enough I could have bought a brand new car at this point. Anyway, of course that's spread out over 16 years, but and I've been extremely on the bargain shopping end of, trying to be super frugal with that. But I mean, it's a lot of money. It adds up. And the amount of time I've spent building the library is just incalculable. But anyway, so yeah, that's what they're doing for music. And what they're doing for sound, I've never seen anybody do karaoke the way they've got it. They're using this laptop, that's just running the Carafun player, and that's running through the amplifier for the jukebox. So it's coming out of all the speakers that the jukebox would play through, which are those little Bose speakers. It sounds good, but it's just odd. The microphone is not mixed in on that at all. They've got the microphone running through one like giant PV speaker, and I noticed they've got a matching pair of those, but there's one in the front of the bar and one in the back of the bar. The microphones are only coming through the one in the front, which there's no music coming out of that. You're like on a separate amplifier, which is apparently running through like a sound rack that's hidden in a closet, like right next to the jukebox and right next to where the KJ was set up. So yeah, never seen anybody run karaoke with sound quite like that. He did not have access to a mixer board, so pretty much all he could do to adjust the volume of the sound is probably use the volume slider on the Carafun player, and then I did see him reach up to the microphone receivers every now and then to bring them up a little bit or bring them down, just using the output level on the receivers. So kind of a yikes for me as a KJ, but that's how they were doing it. Anyway, so they do it Friday, that I know of, Friday and Saturday night from 9 o'clock until close. They ended up shutting it down at about 12:45, just due to it being super dead, and which is alarming to me. Like, wow, you're doing karaoke and you're dead on a Friday. Maybe you need better karaoke. And I wish I knew like some management or whatever, because I would love to take over that place. That would be great. Anyway, so they have another guy, and he was there hanging out and singing, and I should have talked to him, but I didn't. But he does karaoke on Sunday afternoons, and I saw a flyer in the bathroom pushing it from 3 until 6, which is actually, if I wake up, like if I go home, get some sleep, which might be hard because I slept so many hours yesterday. But yeah, 3 to 6, I mean, I can go there, sing from 3 to 6. Obviously, I can't drink because I'm going to work at Amazon, but sing from 3 to 6, and then from there, just cut straight to Amazon. I should get there in plenty of time. But I'm definitely going to go back there. I had a great time, and I'm definitely kind of curious like what the deal is, and hope to meet the manager, and maybe I can sell them on me doing Fridays and Saturdays and shit. With that being the schedule on Sunday, conceivably I could even do the Sundays as well. Anyway, so yeah, that was pretty much my Friday night. After that, I did the vlog where I was just talking about what I had done at Bullock's. Anyway, I'm sitting here wasting time. I'm at QT. Want to go get my breakfast and call it a night. Anyway, thanks for coming with me on the drive, and hopefully I'll have some more karaoke shows soon. If anybody's got any leads for me, post them in the comments. Or I definitely need some more karaoke shows, and mostly looking for Friday and Saturday nights, because I'm determined to stick out full time on the schedule I'm at Amazon until I at least get my 6-month signing bonus.